Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Balance of Opinion Sports Podcast. With your guy, the host of the most amount on the planet, Yawa, King ECG, and Manila.
The boy Da Vinci, star of the eagle, feed the soul.
And we got the Buffalo Kid back for another episode. Let's go.
We back, Buffalo shit. We here.
Okay, so I know there's two Nets fans here. I'm a fan of Kyrie and KD, but let me ask y'all, man, are the Nets going to get swept?
I don't think so.
They already won a game. The Nets took game one.
No, they didn't. They lost.
The series ain't tied 1-1?
It's 2-0.
Oh, hell.
What? Wait.
It's 2-0.
Yo.
They lost by 1 point in the first game.
Oh, I'm wilding. That game was crazy, by the way, too.
Right?
That game was crazy. Go ahead, my bad.
I just Sly. What's going on, man?
Sly's busy,
listen.
man, so he probably didn't get a chance to finish the game fully. He just kind of looked at it real quick while he's busy, man. So leave the man alone, bro.
Life. I know. Trust me, I get it. Life. Bro, listen. Brooklyn had a game they should have won. Yes. I understand the first game was close. It ended up on a broken play at the end there, right? But yesterday's game, that's a game that should have been in hand, right? You tell me on so many aspects, that's a game Brooklyn should have had in hand, right? I can't really blame KD. I can't really blame Kyrie too much. I'm gonna come up with coach. Because after watching this, I don't see them make any adjustments for KD to have it easy on himself. You don't understand. I don't understand why LaMarcus Aldridge is not in the game to free up KD, space the floor out, put him on the block, right? Easy buckets. You saw it yesterday. Like, dude, they needed buckets. And every time Boston know what was going to happen. You know everything that KD was going to do. It was easy for them. The guy was like 0 for 10 in the second half. What? There was no adjustments I've seen that made this. And this is what we've been going about, and we've been saying it for the last 2 years. I think all three of us have been going about this. That for you to be a good coach, you have to learn to make the in-game adjustments. And I just don't see it. Kyrie, listen, I think Kyrie was having an off game because the man was probably tired, fasting and all of that.
Well, you see, he went to the locker room to break his fast.
Yeah, he just didn't look like himself. He didn't look like himself, right? Attention to detail. He did not look like himself. You guys go on. I'll come back to it.
You want to go, Sly?
Yeah, hell yeah. I watched the game. I didn't finish the game, but I caught the highlights and was disappointed. But when I started watching the game, the Nets was up about 10 points, and it was the fourth quarter. I caught the highlights, and the Celtics came back and won. But I mean, I agree with everything you said. This is on Nash. I don't think it's no other explanation. I mean, Nash is clearly letting KD and Kyrie play back and forth ISO ball. I go, you go. I go, you go. I don't see them running enough sets. I don't see them doing enough. I don't see why the high pick and roll with Kyrie and KD, I feel like that would be nearly unstoppable. Call me crazy. But, I don't see them running enough sets, doing enough. It's just so, they know what's coming. The Celtics clearly know what's coming every time down the court, man. And, I mean, as much as the Nets has let me down, yesterday was really bad. And man, shout out to Bruce Brown too, man. Bruce Brown played great ball last night, bro. He played a great game. But
both games.
Yeah, both games, you're right. But I do want to give some credit to the Celtics. Ime Udoka, bro. He's a great coach. Like, what the hell? Like, I didn't realize, it's looking like this is all scheme. Because they are taking the ball out of KD's hands, man. And shout out to Jason Tatum, too. Jason Tatum is offensive side. I've never seen Jason Tatum play defense like this ever. Like, dog, he blocked KD's shot a couple times. I'm like, I kind of was looking at Jason Tatum like he's a tad bit overrated. Like I was saying that earlier, but yo, nah, I take everything back. After that performance against Kevin Durant, nah, bro. Like, granted, he's getting help. Like they sending double teams and all of that, but he's engaged on defense so much while still maintaining his offensive productivity. So man, shout out Jason Tatum. He's it looks like he's ready to take that next step though.
Okay, so first of all, I agree, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys. I'm not blaming just Steve Nash. I'm blaming KD and Kyrie. There's too many plays where they playing ISO ball.
Mm-hmm.
Second, the coach, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, so I'm not gonna butcher it. People been killing me online for that, so I ain't gonna try to attempt to say his name. But he also coached for the Spurs, and remember, he was on the Nets last year. So that scheme that we're talking about, could it not just be familiarity?
True.
These two players and him knowing what they want to do. KD numerous times seen the double team coming and fumbled the ball, B. I never seen KD this shook in my life. I don't even know if I should say shook. Confused. Like he didn't know how to play basketball.
But but that's the thing though. That's why Steve Nash, you have to put him in a situation where he doesn't have the ball so much in his hand. You have to put him and say, okay, KD, you got to come off screens now. You're gonna cut around.
I feel you. I feel you. Here's the thing, Da Vinci. Him and Kyrie on this podcast at the beginning of what? Was it last year? We don't need a coach. Nah.
Wow.
Yeah, huh?
Wow.
Listen, I'm all for the players, but when you put this stuff out here, I'm just gonna hit you with it in your chest. They said they don't need a coach. 2, him and Nash came from Golden State. You're telling me they couldn't implement some of that stuff? The triangle offense that they're running, pin downs, screens, they have the personnel for it. And
listen, sorry,
I don't know about that.
But listen here, what we're talking, we don't need to go back to Golden State. What Sly said is just simplest basketball plays. They're not fucking running. Like a pick and roll between KD and Kyrie, like Sly said. I think that 95% of the time, that's an easy bucket or it create a shot for somebody else. Okay, those two guys.
No, listen, I feel you.
You're not utilizing Blake Griffin. You're not utilizing LaMarcus Aldridge. You're coming out. You saw some of the lineups this man put out there.
Listen. Yesterday, when I seen Patty Mills, Dragic, Kyrie, KD, and Drummond, I said, "What the hell is this? There's no defense." And another thing too, yet again, like I said, I'm not giving a lot of it to Kyrie and KD. I'm going to give them 25%. The rest is on Steve Nash, okay? Not running plays, not adjusting, okay? And these DMPs, I understand Aldridge might have a hip injury, or he has a hip injury. I don't know how it's doing, but you got to switch it up. And you can't be running KD and Kyrie 42 minutes a game, bro. It's not going to work.
I mean, they don't got much else.
You saw KD is physically tired, right? So you got to put the bodies in there to go to make the adjustments. And to give KD the minutes is also a coaching tactics that you need to learn to have to give the minutes.
What I don't understand, Dragic was doing this thing.
Yes.
They know Dragic is a playmaker. Why isn't he bringing the ball up? Why you give it to KD? Why you give it? No. You guys are shooters. You're offense. You run, set screens, whatever you got to do. Dragic is running the point. Period.
Yo, Dragic is nasty, bro. I forgot how good he was.
Right?
Okay, so
I forgot that boy.
He's nice.
You remember Dragic, right? I think it was in the second or third. I can't quite remember. You remember he just went off, right?
Yeah.
He just
4 baskets back to back.
Back to back. He was cooking. And then Steve Nash sit the man for so long. Yeah. For so long. I was like, when is he going to put him back in? You need buckets? He's the third guy that's giving you buckets because right now, you ain't getting no buckets from nowhere. It's just free throws.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question to the panel. Do you guys believe that Brooklyn will win the next 2 games?
Yes.
They have to.
I think they will. That's why I don't think there's no reason to panic yet. Because, I mean, the Celtics did what they were supposed to do. They took care of home court. But I mean, the Nets do have reason to be optimistic because, bro, those were tough wins. in Boston. Like,
No, the second one wasn't a tough win. They
what?
were up 17 points and they freaking lost.
No,
Fam,
that's
they
a
scored
tough
8
win for
points.
Boston though. Like, they had to fight for that one. Like, that was
I guess, but I said this to Da Vinci and I've been saying this to everybody. Offensively, I think they're both a wash. You know, even though KD and Kyrie are better, Boston's more of a complete team.
for sure.
So that's why I say it's a wash. But defensively, Boston has got their number. The Nets don't play defense the whole year.
No, I can't really say that though, because there was the first game and the second game, the Nets did play defense.
Yeah,
for 5 minutes. Come on.
I think they play.
But they not getting just ran off the court though. Like, they're holding their own on defense though. But the thing is that takes away from, like, KD's out there playing real defense and it's showing on the offensive side.
Yeah.
Well, they're being super physical with KD.
Mm-hmm.
Super physical. They're bumping him. You know, 1 minute they want to call it, next minute they don't want to call it. I don't know, man. Maybe the refs are bought off in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching Winning Time, so I've been
Nah,
watching Winning
man.
Time, so I feel Boston
They got
kinda,
some history up there in
he's sliding some money in
Beantown.
some people's pockets. You know what I mean? Making sure that they call stuff a certain way.
Yo, you know, I watched the game too, and I'm like, listen, they allowed Boston to be more physical than allowed Brooklyn to be. I think they need to call the game straight on the middle, like attention to detail. I watch it and it's just like the way Marcus Smart is playing it. Like Sly said, bro, Jason Tatum was playing like Ron Artest, world meta, world peace. He was up in KD's
Real
grip. I've
shit.
never seen that before.
Never.
What? I mean, real aggressive type stuff. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, Jay, I see you.
For sure. So before we finish it out, can you, Sly, tell me the keys to victory for the Nets?
Honestly, I don't know if they can do anything different. I just think it's a matter of them. They got to take care of business at home and then hope that KD and Kyrie have a good game. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't think they could just go in the next day and just have like a sophisticated offensive scheme. Like, I don't see it happening. Like, their best bet is to just hope KD gets right and Kyrie, and they both are on the same page playing well together.
Because the supporting cast showed up this time.
Yeah, exactly.
The first game it was but the second game the supporting cast showed up, and those two didn't fulfill their end of the bargain.
Yeah, KD might have to have like 10 assists, 12 assists, something like that, because they're running double teams at him. Like, he might have to kind of look to be a distributor more, which isn't his game. And that's why Ime Udoka is really dog. Man, listen, boy, that's a coach right there.
Well, hold on though. Before I ask Navinci the same question, I said this after the Cavs game. I said if Kyrie and KD could get 10 assists each, they win in the series, because that's the main thing that they need. They need to bring everybody else along. They could get their points. I mean, KD still got his 27. It wasn't efficient, you know what I mean? But he'll still get his points. But I think both of them need to be facilitators as well as Dragic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dragic just got to run the show, and those two got to realize when the double team comes, got to have your head on the swivel and move the ball.
Yeah.
Da Vinci, keys to victory for the Nets.
I think the keys to victory is you got to utilize some of the weapons you have on the bench. I think you got to use your size at some point, and I think they have to be very rough on the boards, man. They got to learn to box out and all of that stuff.
They did that this game, though. That's why they were up.
And you cannot have Seth Curry guarding Jason Tatum. I mean, I'm sitting on my chair right now, and I ain't getting no paid. I ain't no big contract. I ain't no coach, but I can see that is one thing you cannot have happening.
Who else though? They don't got nobody else.
I mean, I think that has to be KD, man. I mean, it has to be KD. I know it's a tough task, right? You got a guy that you got for this job right here, but he's nowhere to be found yet. So it has to be KD right now. And I think Kyrie needs to be more of a point guard right now, because you see they have a lot of turnovers with the ball when he's not bringing the ball up. So
yeah,
hey, like I said, Dragic, let Kyrie be the two.
Yeah,
Run Dragic, run Patty Mills, make them facilitators, allow them to move, because once they start moving the ball, I feel that's when the Nets will be able to get easy buckets. They struggled the fourth quarter, at the shots I seen KD missing, like, ain't nobody on him. He's like, ting. The
Yeah.
man missed 2 free throws.
Fatigue.
In a
That's
row.
fatigue.
Yeah.
It's
It's
madness.
tired, man.
But you guys are done with this one? Okay. Yet again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, listening. We are on Spotify now, so check us out. It's your boy, TBCG, the host of the Most Amount of Crime Yawa, and the Buffalo Kid,
It's your boy Sly, man. We here.
and Manila.